Imagine waking up tomorrow. America and Iran are suddenly at war, but with only 1945 technology. Every modern weapon disappears overnight. No stealth fighters, no drones, no satellites. America's most advanced aircraft are suddenly nothing more than silent machines. Precision warfare is gone. Every nation must start over from scratch. The United States turns back to the factories that once powered victory in World War II. Inside the Pentagon, digital warfare is replaced by paper maps, radios, and handwritten battle plans. American shipyards begin producing battleships and aircraft carriers once again. Modern fighters are gone. The legendary P-51 Mustang returns to defend American skies. Thousands of Sherman tanks once again become the backbone of America's army. Iran faces the same challenge. Every modern advantage has disappeared overnight. Without modern industry, Iran depends on factories capable of producing only Second World War equipment. Jet fighters are gone. Propeller aircraft once again rule the skies. Every bullet, every drop of fuel, and every soldier must now travel by slow ground convoys. Satellite communication has vanished. Every order now depends on radio signals and Morse code. America's first response comes from the sea. A powerful World War II fleet heads toward the Persian Gulf. At sunrise, America's World War II fleet enters the Persian Gulf. Hundreds of warships begin the largest naval deployment in the region's history. Iranian coastal defenses prepare for the approaching fleet using massive fixed artillery instead of guided missiles. American reconnaissance begins immediately. Mustang fighters search the coastline for hidden defenses. Iranian fighters scramble into the air. The first aerial confrontation is only minutes away. High above the Gulf, both air forces finally see each other. Within seconds, the first battle of this alternate war is about to begin. American pilots quickly identify the incoming formation. Seconds later, both sides commit to the first air battle. Unlike modern warfare, every victory now depends entirely on the pilot's skill. There are no radar-guided missiles. Pilots must close the distance before opening fire. Both sides suffer losses, but neither gains complete control of the skies. While the air battle continues, America's battleships prepare to open fire for the first time. Massive naval guns replace cruise missiles. Every shot must be aimed using maps, observers, and experience. Giant shells crash into the coast, forcing Iranian defenders to abandon several exposed positions. Iran answers with heavy coastal artillery, turning the Persian Gulf into a battlefield from another era. American ships avoid direct hits, but every near miss reminds commanders how dangerous this war has become. By sunset, the Persian Gulf has become the largest World War II-style battlefield ever imagined. The conflict is only beginning. As the fleet advances, waves of B-29 bombers head toward strategic targets deep inside Iran. Iranian anti-aircraft crews prepare to defend the country's most valuable military installations. Heavy anti-aircraft fire fills the sky, forcing American bomber crews to fly through deadly flak. Without precision-guided weapons, every bombing mission depends on altitude, timing, and luck. Supply depots and railway lines become the first major targets, slowing Iran's ability to move troops and equipment. Destroyed transport routes force military convoys onto slower and more vulnerable roads. With the coastline weakened, the first American landing forces begin moving ashore. Iranian defenders dig in, preparing to stop the landings before they spread inland. Sherman tanks roll inland, giving American troops mobile firepower for the first time. The conflict has now become a full-scale combined arms war, fought entirely with the technology of 1945. American commanders establish a forward headquarters, preparing for a rapid advance into Iranian territory. Iranian commanders know they cannot match American production. Every defensive position becomes critical. Hundreds of vehicles push inland, protected by tanks and constant air patrols. Hidden artillery positions wait silently for the advancing American columns. The desert erupts as both armies exchange massive artillery fire across dozens of kilometers. Engineers race against time, rebuilding bridges to keep the offensive moving. Logistics now decide the outcome. Without supplies, even the strongest army cannot continue. Mustang fighters patrol overhead, protecting every convoy from surprise attacks. After days of fighting, both armies prepare for the largest ground battle of the campaign. The outcome of this battle could determine the future of the entire war. America's industrial strength begins to overwhelm the battlefield. New equipment continues arriving every single day. Iranian forces abandon open ground and concentrate around heavily fortified defensive positions. American bombers continue attacking roads, railways, and supply hubs across the battlefield. Without reliable transport, replacing lost equipment becomes increasingly difficult. American ports continue feeding the front with an endless stream of soldiers, fuel, and ammunition. Iran struggles to replace damaged equipment as resources become increasingly limited. After weeks of fighting, the front line slowly shifts as American forces secure more territory. Both armies pay a heavy price. Victory is measured not only in territory but also in lives. Even with identical technology, the scale of industry, logistics, and manpower continues to shape the outcome. So, who would really win if America and Iran fought with only 1945 technology? Tell us what you think, and which alternate history scenario we should explore next.